Well, I've gotta say, disappointed in myself, this one is busted. There does not seem to be any substantive advantage to you jumping to cross a body of water.
It's been nearly 3 years. The game has changed. I think it's time for someone else to take up the Mythbusters mantle for FS.
Cornf.
But before we jump into the video, I want to give a shout out to all of you, my wonderful viewers. I never would have expected to hit over 5,000 subscribers in the first month of making videos. You all have completely knocked my socks off. To commemorate, I'm going to be trying something special. Starting just 20 minutes after this video goes live, and for at least 8 hours, I'm going to be live streaming on Twitch with my friends,
Bra,
with the ultimate goal of getting a kill with every weapon in the game. I figured the best way to start streaming was to torture myself, but we'll try to have fun along the way. Swing on by if you've got the time. Now, on to the video. As you can see here, jumping completely ignores water's movement speed penalty. But what if I told you there was an even faster way to move through water? Enter the frog hop, like a bunny hop, but in the water. By timing another jump the frame you hit the ground in the water, you'll trick the game into thinking you still haven't touched the water, and you'll maintain your momentum. It's a little tricky to pull off, but very satisfying, and will get you most of the way through typical bodies of water in the game. If you have gator legs, this trick is still worth performing, but you may want to reconsider the value of gator legs with this trick in your toolbox. From a realistic standpoint, larger bullets having larger hitboxes makes sense, but from a game design standpoint, it seems like a lot of work to implement, and would make the already fairly strong long ammo guns and slugs even stronger. Fortunately, as you can see here using the Derringer as a baseline, all projectiles have the same hitbox size. Pretty straightforward, busted. Dual pistols typically have a set fire rate, but you may have noticed people firing dualies faster than intended, or even accidentally done it yourself. Though I'm a little nervous to make this public knowledge, there's a technique to fire them at the exact same time. Performing this trick is fairly easy. While holding down and not letting go of both Shift and W, and then rapidly clicking twice, you will shoot your pistols at the same time. There is a certain rhythm to this technique, which varies between guns. Practice a little bit in the shooting range, and soon you'll be giving shotgun users a run for their money. You may have noticed a semi-automatic sounding Avtomat in the bayou, or even been sniped at by one at long range. What's going on here is that the Opto user is cancelling the 3-round burst using Dark Sight. This does mean you only have 1 bullet come out of your gun instead of 3, and can be easier to control than maintaining a burst in a long-range firefight. The Opto isn't 100% accurate, but it's much more accurate than you'd think. The downside to this is that although only 1 bullet comes out of the barrel, you still expend 3 bullets in your magazine. This technique effectively turns the Avtomat into a slightly inaccurate, but still serviceable Mosin Nagant. Do all guns have the same swap speed? No, not at all, but some of them do share swap speeds. Typically variants will share swap speed. Think the Mosin Obrez versus the Mosin, or the Nagant Officer versus the Nagant Officer Carbine. But this isn't always the case, especially with the new Lamat variants recently released. At the end of the day, it's on a weapon-by-weapon basis. Faster swap time weapons I found included the Nagant and its variants, and the conversion and its variants, making quick swapping to uppercuts a fairly viable strategy. Some notable slower swap times included the crossbow and the Crowning King, both having slower swap times than the Nitro Express and all other shotguns. A misconception in a similar vein is that weapons have different holster times, but identical draw times. This is also not true. The draw and holster times both vary between guns, and is something to keep in mind when designing a loadout. If a full-size video on draw and holster times is something you're interested in, let me know down in the comments, but for now, I'll leave it at this. Now this one is an interesting one. I couldn't believe it myself. Firing a gun in the air is always very inaccurate, unless you're in the rising portion of your jump. If you fire your weapon in the first quarter second of your jump, before gravity overcomes your upwards movement, you will still be completely accurate. This one came as a shock to me, because if this was true, I would expect a lot more people to use this as a mix-up in gunfights, but I rarely, if ever, see opponents attempting to jump shot. Add this technique to your toolkit, but remember, a hunter that jumps often is a predictable hunter. Well, if I go in the shooting range and throw a grenade at this tree to bounce it into the water, the grenade doesn't go off. We can just call this busted then. Oh? I should try it on the live servers just in case? I mean, sure, I could, but I don't know what the point is. It isn't as if the shooting range is any different from the live server. Oh. Yeah, you're seeing this right. Grenades do explode in water if they hit a wall. Surprisingly enough, this doesn't happen in the shooting range, but rest assured, all of the other myths in this video were tested on live servers as well. It's a good thing you're learning this tip from me here in this video instead of how I learned it. Wrapping the video up with one more explosive myth, I still see this misconception in the community, so I want to touch on it. Frag bombs, as well as all dynamite bombs, are not coded to penetrate walls at all. However, there are definitely some inconsistencies when it comes to grenades penetrating walls. I can even force a couple of them here in the shooting range. I know from first-hand experience that I've been killed through walls in-game by even normal dynamite, so I'm leaving you, the viewer, with the challenge. If you have footage of an explosive doing damage through walls, on the giving or the receiving end, please send them my way through my Discord. I will put your findings towards my in-depth analysis of explosives coming soon. And that's it. Thanks for watching. This video is a bit different from my last few videos. If you enjoyed it and learned something new, make sure to let me know by liking the video. Additionally, if you've got something you'd like me to test for my next Mythbusters video, make sure to leave it down in the comments. I'd also like to give a massive shout out to the retired YouTuber 4FS Gaming. Your videos inspired me to look deeper into the mechanics of this game, and this channel wouldn't be here without you. Good luck with your current endeavors, whatever they may be. My next video will be a return to Forum, an in-depth analysis of another game mechanic. Hope to see you there. Once again, a reminder that if you're watching this video the day it's coming out, Sunday, August 6th, I am live on Twitch. Swing by and say hello. Until next time, take care. You suck.
Oh! You got fucked up. Tomahawk time again.
Got fucked.
Yo.
Ring around the rosy?
This is so fucking stupid. You're fucking insane. You're You're fucking crazy. There's no way.